I wanted to talk something quick about reading and literacy skills. I am a member of a couple groups on Facebook about like kids being gifted, because one of my children is very smart, and the other two are quite gifted, like way ahead of their ages. But I have a different philosophy on education and learning and literacy than a lot of parents of gifted kids. So I just posted, this parent posted, I don't want my kid to read these kid stories because they're filled with grammar errors and spelling things and stuff. And like Captain Underpants, for example, my little ones like to read those. And it's written phonetically as if an 8-year-old is writing this, so they're all like the typical misspellings and things like that. And it's a little on the crude side. Like, I get it not wanting your kids to read that, but they're all paranoid, like, I just want them to read the classics and blah, 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 blah. And I come from it from a different perspective. My thing is, if your kid's reading for pleasure, they should be able to read pretty much whatever they want. Because if we want it to continue being pleasurable, they should get to choose. So if my kids want to read Captain Underpants or Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Diary of a Wimpy Kid or whatever, let them read. That's my theory on that. Yes, in school, sorry about the hiccups. They should be reading something a little bit more, whatever, like, developed in proper English and all that stuff. And they're going to learn their English usage from speaking mostly anyways. So I said that. I mean, my 6-year-old is doing 5th grade reading in school, and it's way too easy for her. Like, I helped her over the quarantine, and I didn't help her. I sat down with her and read it with her, just curious how she was doing and whatever. And she had no problems at all understanding the 5th grade reading. And she's 6, and so she reads Diary of a Wimpy Kid. She loves those books. She's torn through half of them already. She liked Junie B. Jones, which I'm not a fan of, but she read them all on her own. And I said to this group, when we read together out loud, like I choose, we're reading Harry Potter, because I want to be entertained when I'm reading. Like, I don't get that much chance to read. And so when I do, I would like to enjoy it as well. And, another thing that a lot of parents of gifted kids kind of miss the ball on, as far as my opinion goes, is that kids have to read at the top of their limit all the time, which is garbage. Imagine reading at the hardest thing that you can comprehend all the time. Does that sound fun? It's like reading Chaucer and Spenser and all that old crap they made us read in college that nobody wanted to read. Shakespeare isn't even that hard. But I don't pick Shakespeare up for fun. I enjoy teaching Shakespeare, but I don't just read it for fun. So, I say to them, I'm like, imagine reading at that frustration level all the time. That's what you expect your kid to do. So just because your kid can read at a 10th grade level or 5th grade level or kindergarten level or whatever, doesn't mean they should be doing it all the time. Sometimes I'll sit down with my kids and we read picture books, because there are lessons in them, and they can create, like, literacy isn't just being able to read the words on the page. It's creating meaning, it's connecting with, it's picturing in your brain, it's inferring, it's making predictions, it's comparing that theme or that whatever to your own life. It's all of those skills wrapped up in one. So there's value in picture books that don't have any words as literacy development. So don't stress your kids. If you have one of those kids that's like super duper smart, don't stress them. I have never once pushed my daughter to read a harder book or to sit down and quiz or any of that crazy stuff. Just because they can doesn't mean they have to or they should. So let them be kids. Please let them be kids. They're so intense. These gifted parents are intense. It's like, take a chill pill. So that's all I got. Have a great day. That's my literacy suggestion for today.